who doesn't have a reputation for self-restraint or discipline. Why is he being so careful, so canny, so restrained, so as not to utter a single word about Stormy Daniels? Well, my next guest might be able to provide some insights on that. With me now, Stormy Daniels' lawyer, Michael Avenatti. And Mr. Avenatti, do you have a theory on this?
Well, I mean, I guess there's two theories. One, maybe we're not punching hard enough. Maybe we're not being aggressive enough, and that's why he's not counter-punching. So we're going to examine that tonight.
Do you judge yourself harshly for that, if that's true?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we've been pretty weak in our approach over the last 3 weeks, and we're going to have to re-examine how we're going to approach this thing. So that's one theory, and we're going to go to work on that tonight. And then the second theory, and I actually think this is the theory that holds, he knows it's true, Chris, and he wants deniability. It's the same reason why he didn't sign the agreement, so he could later claim he didn't know anything about it, and now he sends Sarah and others out to talk to the press so that he can later claim, well, they didn't understand what I told them, and that's exactly not what I told them, and I didn't say this, and yada, yada, yada. I mean, he wants deniability. I mean, that's why we haven't heard from him.
Well, okay, but I don't understand what the exposure is. I genuinely mean this. I have watched this president, covered this president now for several years. He's happy to say things that are untrue. He's happy to say things that are manifestly untrue, that everyone knows is untrue. Why this? Why is this something? I mean, it almost begins to look like the White House is literally crafting his public schedule to shield him from questions. That's how careful they're being about this whole thing. And yet, what happens if he gets caught in a lie here? I don't even understand what the exposure is. Do you?
Well, I think there could be some considerable exposure. I mean, if he is found to have been lying about his knowledge about this agreement and the $130,000 payment, that can have significant consequences from a campaign finance violation perspective and other things. And I mean, that could really put him and Mr. Cohen in the crosshairs. Now, I believe they're operating under a fallacy, which is if he never comes forward and denies it, then he's in safe waters. I don't believe that's the case at all, because we're going to get to the bottom of this one way or the other, whether he makes a statement publicly or not.
Well, but here's the thing about this, right? So you're the